Ideas are free. Execution is what matters. And I execute. Your little sketches? Those are mine now. The words hang in the air like poison. Providence Municipal Court. Tuesday morning, 9:47 a.m. Judge Frank Caprio sits behind the bench. His reading glasses rest on his nose. He looks up slowly. The man who just spoke is Damian Roth, 29 years old, CEO of Next Wave Technologies. He stands in the center of the courtroom wearing an off-white hoodie that costs $2,000. Tom Ford sneakers. A Patek Philippe watch catches the fluorescent lights. It costs more than a small house. His hair is styled perfectly, every strand in place. His posture screams confidence. No, not confidence. Arrogance. Across from him stands Elena Vasquez, 42 years old, single mother of 3. She wears a Target blouse and dress pants she bought on clearance. Her hands shake as she holds a folder. Inside that folder are sketches, designs, code snippets, ideas that changed her life. Or they were supposed to, until they were stolen. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, no matter how much money they have, you'll want to see what happens next. Because this isn't just about stolen ideas. This is about power, respect, and what happens when someone thinks they're untouchable. The bailiff stands near the door. His uniform is pressed. His face is serious. Case number 2026, CV 82941. Vasquez versus Roth. Intellectual property theft and contract violation. Judge Caprio nods. Ms. Vasquez, please approach. Elena walks forward. Her shoes click softly on the tile floor. She stands at the table. Her lawyer is beside her, a public defender named Marcus Chun. He's young, overworked, but he cares. You can see it in his eyes. Judge Caprio speaks gently. Ms. Vasquez, I've read the complaint. Tell me in your own words what brings you here today. Elena takes a breath. Her voice is quiet but steady. Your Honor, I worked for Mr. Roth's company for 3 years. I was a junior developer. I had ideas for a new app. An app to help people find affordable childcare. I know how hard it is. I spent years struggling to find care for my kids while I worked. She opens the folder, pulls out papers. I drew these designs. I wrote the code. I showed them to Mr. Roth. He said they were interesting but not right for the company. 6 months later, he launched the exact same app. Called it Kid Connect. It made $40 million in the first year. The courtroom is silent. People in the gallery lean forward. Every eye is on Elena. Judge Caprio looks at Damian. Mr. Roth, you're representing yourself today? Damian shrugs. I don't need a lawyer for this. It's pretty simple. His voice is casual, like he's ordering coffee. She worked for me. Anything created during her employment belongs to the company. Standard contract. She signed it. He pulls out his phone, starts scrolling, doesn't look at the judge. Judge Caprio's expression doesn't change, but something flickers in his eyes. Mr. Roth, please put your phone away. Damian glances up. Sure. Just let me send this one text. My investor needs an answer. His thumbs move across the screen. A woman in the third row shifts in her seat. Her face shows disapproval. A man next to her whispers something. Another person shakes their head. Judge Caprio waits. 10 seconds. 15. His patience is legendary. But even legends have limits. Mr. Roth. Now. Damian hits send. Slides the phone into his pocket. Done. Sorry about that. Time is money, you know. Attorney Chun stands. Your Honor, if I may present evidence. Chun walks to the clerk. Hands over a USB drive. These are time-stamped files from Ms. Vasquez's personal computer. Designs created 14 months before Mr. Roth launched Kid Connect. She created them at home, on her own time, on her own equipment. The clerk inserts the drive into the courtroom computer. A screen on the wall lights up. Images appear. Sketches of an app interface. Clean lines. Simple design. A childcare finder with ratings and reviews. The timestamp in the corner reads, March 8, 2024. 11:43 p.m. More images scroll past. Code snippets. Function names. Database structures. Each one stamped with a date. All from 2024. Chun continues. Ms. Vasquez brought these ideas to Mr. Roth in a meeting on April 2, 2024. She has an email confirming the meeting. She wanted to pitch it as a side project. Something she could develop outside of work hours. Another document appears. An email. The subject line, meeting request, personal project pitch. The date, March 30th, 2024. Damien's response, sure. Tuesday at 3. Keep it short. Chin pulls out more papers. Mr. Roth rejected the idea. Told her it wasn't viable. Told her to focus on her assigned work. But then, in October 2024, he launched KidConnect. Let me show you the similarities. The screen splits. On the left, Elena's original designs. On the right, screenshots of KidConnect. They're identical. Same layout. Same color scheme. Same button placement. Even the logo is nearly the same. A small house with a smiling child in the window. Gasps ripple through the courtroom. Someone says, no way. Another person mutters, that's the same thing. Judge Caprio studies the screen. His eyes move from left to right. Back again. He makes a note on his pad. Damien shifts his weight. Crosses his arms. Okay, so they look similar. Ideas aren't copyrighted. Execution is what matters. And I executed it. I built a team. I raised capital. I made it happen. She had some sketches. I had a vision. Elena's hands clench around her folder. Tears form in her eyes. But she doesn't speak. Not yet. Chin isn't done. Your Honor, there's more. Text messages between Mr. Roth and his CTO. Sent 2 weeks after the meeting with Ms. Vasquez. The screen changes. Text messages appear. Damien to CTO, April 15th, 2024, 9:47 a.m. That junior dev pitched something interesting. Childcare app. Could be huge. CTO to Damien, want to develop it. Damien to CTO, yeah, but not with her. She'll want equity. Let's take the concept and run with it. CTO to Damien, what about her contract? Damien to CTO, covers us. Everything created during employment is ours. Even if she did it at home. CTO to Damien, she did this before she pitched it. On her own time. Damien to CTO, doesn't matter. Who's she going to tell? She can't afford a lawyer. The courtroom explodes. Not with noise. With tension. It fills every corner. Presses against the walls. People lean back in their seats. Eyes wide. Mouths open. Damien's face flushes. Just a little. That's taken out of context. Judge Caprio looks at him over his glasses. Mr. Roth, did you send these messages? Damien pauses. Yeah, but... Yes or no, please. Yes. But it was just brainstorming. We never. Chun interrupts. Your Honor, Mr. Roth did exactly what he said in those texts. He took Ms. Vasquez's concept, her designs, her code. He handed them to his development team. They built the app. And he made millions. Damien's jaw tightens. His casual attitude cracks. Just slightly. Look, this is business. She was an employee. I gave her a salary. Benefits. She got paid for her time. If she wanted to own her ideas, she shouldn't have worked for me. His voice is louder now. Sharper. Do you know how many people would kill for a job at Next Wave? She should be grateful she got to work there. Instead, she's here wasting everyone's time with this nonsense. Elena's lawyer is on her feet. Your Honor, But Elena stands too. Her voice shakes but grows stronger. I trusted you. The courtroom goes quiet. Everyone looks at her. I showed you my idea because I respected you. I thought you were someone who cared about innovation, about helping people. I told you about my struggles, about working 2 jobs to pay for daycare, about missing my kids' bedtimes because I couldn't afford better care. And you looked me in the eye and said it was a nice idea but not commercial. Tears roll down her cheeks. I went home that night and I felt stupid, like I wasted your time, like my problems didn't matter. I focused on my job. I did everything you asked. And then I saw the announcement. KidConnect, your big launch. And it was my app. My design. My heart. Her voice breaks. Do you know what that felt like? To see something you created out of pain and hope stolen. Damien rolls his eyes. Oh, come on. Don't make this emotional. It's business. Judge Caprio's hand comes down on his desk. Not a slam, but firm. Definitive. Mr. Roth, you will not speak unless I ask you a question. Do you understand? Damien opens his mouth. Closes it. Fine. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. The next 30 minutes are brutal. Chin presents more evidence. Emails from Elena to friends and family showing her excitement about her project. Dated months before she joined NextWave. Proof that she started developing the idea while working at her previous job. At a grocery store. Stocking shelves at night after her kids went to bed. Witness testimony from a former NextWave employee. A developer who worked on KidConnect. He looks uncomfortable. His voice is apologetic as he speaks. Mr. Roth gave us Elena's files. Her designs. Her code structure. He told us to replicate it. Make it look professional. But the foundation was all hers. We just polished it. Damien interrupts. You signed an NDA. You can't. Judge Caprio's voice cuts through. Mr. Roth. One more interruption, and you'll be held in contempt. Sit down and be quiet. Damien sits, but his leg bounces. His fingers drum on the table. Financial records are presented. KidConnect generated $43 million in revenue in its first year. Damien's personal net worth increased by $18 million. Elena's salary during her employment? $62,000 a year. Chun places a final document on the judge's bench. This is the employment contract Ms. Vasquez signed. Page 7, Section 4B. It states that any intellectual property created using company resources or during company time belongs to NextWave. But Ms. Vasquez created this on her own computer at her own home before she was even employed there. The contract doesn't cover pre-existing intellectual property. Damien's lawyer should be objecting, filing motions, but he's not here, because Damien thought he didn't need one. Judge Caprio reads the contract. Slowly, carefully. The courtroom waits. The clock on the wall ticks. Someone coughs. The sound echoes. Then Damien does something unforgivable. He laughs. Not a big laugh. Just a short, sharp sound. Like this is funny. Like this is beneath him. Okay. You got me. I used her idea. So what? Welcome to Silicon Valley. Everyone steals from everyone. That's how innovation works. You think Zuckerberg invented social media? You think Musk invented electric cars? No. They took ideas and made them better. That's what I did. He stands up, faces the gallery, like he's giving a TED talk. You know what the problem is? People like her think small. They have an idea and they hold on to it. Like it's precious. Like it's a baby. But ideas are worthless. I see 100 ideas every day. Good ones. Great ones. The difference between me and them? I execute. I take risks. I build companies. I create jobs. He points at Elena. She could have joined my team. Could have been part of something big. But she wanted credit. Wanted her name on it. Wanted to feel special. Well, newsflash. Nobody cares who had the idea first. They care who brought it to market. And that was me. The courtroom is dead silent. Even the bailiff looks stunned. Damien turns to Judge Caprio. His arms spread wide. You want to punish me? Fine. I'll write a check. Whatever you want. 50,000. 100? Name your price. Because at the end of the day, that's all this is. A transaction. And I can afford it. I'll walk out of here, go back to my office, and launch 3 more apps this year. She'll go back to whatever she's doing. Probably working at Starbucks or something. That's just how the world works. He smirks. Actually smirks. Some people are built to win. Some aren't. I'm a winner. She's not. 10 seconds of absolute silence. You could drop a pin, and it would sound like thunder. Then the gallery erupts. Not with yells. With rage. A man stands up. You piece of... The bailiff moves toward him. A woman covers her mouth. Her eyes shine with tears. Another person yells, unbelievable. Judge Caprio doesn't move. His face is stone. He stares at Damien Roth like he's looking at something that crawled out from under a rock. Elena is crying. Full broken sobs. Her lawyer puts a hand on her shoulder. Damien sits down. Leans back in his chair. Crosses one leg over the other. Like he just won. He has no idea what's coming. Judge Caprio removes his glasses. Places them on his desk. Folds his hands. His voice is quiet. Calm. But there's steel underneath. Mr. Roth. Stand up. Damien stands. Still smirking. Do you know why I became a judge? Damien shrugs. To help people. To protect people. People who can't protect themselves. People who play by the rules and still get crushed. People like Ms. Vasquez. Judge Caprio stands. It's rare. He usually stays seated. But not now. You stand here in your expensive clothes. Your fancy watch. And you tell me that might makes right. That taking what isn't yours is just business. That kindness is weakness. He picks up the text messages, reads them aloud, every word, every dismissive, cruel line. Then he puts them down. Mr. Roth, do you have children? No. Have you ever struggled to pay a bill? No. Have you ever worked 2 jobs to survive? No. Then let me tell you about Ms. Vasquez. Because you clearly don't know. Don't care. But you're going to learn. Judge Caprio looks at Elena. His eyes soften. Ms. Vasquez came to this country when she was 19. Alone. She worked in restaurants. Cleaned houses. Learned English at night. She met a man. Got married. Had 3 children. Then he left. Just walked away. She raised those kids by herself. Worked at a grocery store during the day. Took coding classes online at night. After her kids went to bed. He pauses. Lets that sink in. She taught herself to code. To design. To dream. And she created something beautiful. Something that could help millions of families like hers. She didn't do it for money. She did it because she knew the pain. Knew the struggle. Knew what it felt like to choose between paying rent and paying for childcare. Damien shifts his weight. His smirk fades. And then she met you. Someone she thought would help. Would mentor. Would see her potential. Instead, you saw an opportunity. You saw a good idea and a powerless person. And you took what you wanted. Judge Caprio walks around his desk. Stands at the front of the courtroom. You asked what the problem is. Let me tell you. The problem is people like you. People who think success means stepping on others. Who think wealth equals worth. Who think being smart means being cruel. He gestures to the screen. Elena's original designs still glow. These aren't just sketches. This is someone's dream. Someone's hope. Someone's future. And you stole it. Not because you had to. Not because you needed the money. But because you could. Because you thought she couldn't stop you. Judge Caprio's voice grows stronger. You said ideas are free. You're wrong. Ideas have value. They have weight. They have power. And they belong to the people who create them. Not the people who take them. He returns to his bench. Sits down. Opens a file. Mr. Roth, I've heard enough. I'm ready to rule. Damien's confidence wavers. Just a flicker. His hand moves to his watch. Touches it like a security blanket. But first, let me tell you a story. When I was young, my father owned a small shop. A tailor shop. He worked 16 hours a day. His hands were rough. His back hurt. But he was proud. One day a wealthy man came in. Ordered a custom suit. My father spent weeks on it. Measured every stitch. Chose the finest fabric. When it was done, the man tried it on. Perfect fit. Then he said, I'll pay you half. That's all it's worth. My father refused. The man laughed. Said, what are you going to do? Sue me? You can't afford a lawyer. Judge Caprio's eyes meet Damien's. The man walked out wearing the suit. Never paid a cent. My father lost money. Lost time. Lost faith. But he taught me something that day. He said, Frank, remember this. When you have power, use it to protect people. Not to hurt them. He picks up his gavel. I've had power for 40 years. And today I'm going to use it. The courtroom is silent. Waiting. Breathing. Judge Caprio speaks. Mr. Roth, I find in favor of the plaintiff, Elena Vasquez. You knowingly and willfully stole her intellectual property. You violated her trust. You profited from her labor without compensation or credit. The evidence is overwhelming. Your own words condemn you. Damien opens his mouth. Your Honor, I'm not finished. Damien closes his mouth. Now for the consequences. And believe me, Mr. Roth, there will be consequences. He reads from a document. First, financial restitution. You will pay Ms. Vasquez $12 million. That represents 30% of the revenue generated by KidConnect in its first year. Not profit. Revenue. Damien's face goes white. 12 million. That's insane. Second, you will publicly acknowledge Ms. Vasquez as the creator and original designer of KidConnect. This acknowledgement will be posted on your company website, on all social media, in a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal, and it will remain there permanently. Not a month, not a year, forever. Damien's hands grip the table. His knuckles turn white. Third, you will transfer 51% ownership of KidConnect to Ms. Vasquez. Effective immediately. She is now the majority owner. You work for her. The gallery gasps. Someone claps. Another person cheers. The bailiff raises a hand for quiet. Damien's voice cracks. You can't do that. That's my company. I built it. You built it with stolen property. It was never yours. Judge Caprio continues. Fourth, community service. 200 hours. But not just any service. You will teach coding classes to low-income single mothers at the Providence Community Center every Saturday for the next year, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You will teach them what you know. You will help them learn. And you will do it with humility and respect. Damien's breathing quickens. I run a company. I don't have time for. You'll make time, or you'll be held in contempt. Fifth, you will write a personal apology to Ms. Vasquez. Not typed. Handwritten. 5 pages minimum. Detailing what you did. Why it was wrong. How it hurt her. And how you plan to do better. You'll read it aloud to her. In this courtroom. In front of everyone. No lawyers. No script. Just you and your words. Judge Caprio isn't done. His voice is like iron. Sixth, for the next 2 years, you will participate in monthly check-ins with this court. You will report on your community service, your business practices, your treatment of employees. 1 complaint, 1 violation, 1 hint that you're abusing your power again. And I'll revisit this case with additional penalties. Damien looks like he's been punched. His expensive watch feels like a handcuff. His designer hoodie feels like a uniform. His whole world is crumbling. 7th, and this is important, Mr. Roth. You will attend an empathy workshop. 40 hours. Over 8 weeks. You will learn what it means to see people, not as resources, not as obstacles, as human beings with dreams and struggles and value. Judge Caprio leans forward. And finally, 8th, contempt of court for your behavior today, your disrespect, your arrogance, your complete disregard for this institution and the people in it. You will spend 30 days in custody. Starting now. The courtroom explodes. People stand. Voices rise. The bailiff moves toward Damien. Damien stumbles back. Wait. What? No. You can't arrest me. I have meetings. I have investors. Judge Caprio's voice cuts through. Bailiff, take Mr. Roth into custody. The bailiff steps forward, pulls out handcuffs. The metal clinks as they open. Damien's voice rises to a shout. This is insane. You're insane. I'll appeal. I'll sue you. The cuffs close around his wrists. Click. The sound echoes. Damien looks at his hands, at the metal binding them. Reality crashes into him like a wave. His face goes from red to pale. His breathing becomes shallow. Please, Your Honor. I'll pay more. I'll double it. 24 million. Just don't. Your money means nothing here, Mr. Roth. This is a courtroom, not an auction. Let me call my father. He can fix this. He knows people, senators, judges. Judge Caprio's voice is soft but final. Your father isn't here. You are, and you need to face what you've done. The bailiff guides Damien toward the side door. Damien's legs barely work. He trips, catches himself, looks back at the courtroom, at Elena, at Judge Caprio. His eyes are wide, terrified. The smirk is gone. The arrogance is gone. Everything is gone except fear. Please, he whispers. I'm sorry. The door closes behind him. Elena Vasquez stands in the courtroom. Tears stream down her face. But she's not sad. She's shaking, overwhelmed. Her lawyer hugs her. People in the gallery clap. Some cry with her. Judge Caprio looks at her. His expression softens. Ms. Vasquez, you showed courage today. You stood up when most people would have walked away. You fought when fighting seemed impossible. I hope this brings you some peace. Elena wipes her eyes. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Use your new position well. Build something good. Help people the way you wanted to from the start. She nods. Can't speak. Just nods. Judge Caprio bangs his gavel. This court is adjourned. People file out. Talking. Excited. Shocked. The story spreads before they even leave the building. 30 days pass. Damien Roth sits in a cell. It's small. Clean. But it's still a cell. The walls are concrete. The bed is a thin mattress on metal. There's no Patek Philippe. No off-white hoodie. Just an orange jumpsuit and too much time to think. He doesn't sleep well. The first week, he demands to see a lawyer every day. Makes threats. Talks about appeals. About connections. About how this is a mistake. By the second week, he's quieter. Reads books from the prison library. Starts to understand what he lost. Not the money. Not the company. But something deeper. Respect. Trust. His sense of self. By the fourth week, he's different. Softer. He talks to other inmates. Hears their stories. Realizes that many of them made mistakes too. That the world isn't divided into winners and losers. That everyone is just trying to survive. The courtroom. 8 weeks later. Damien Roth walks in. He's out of custody now. Served his 30 days. Completed his first month of community service. He wears jeans. A plain gray t-shirt. His hair isn't styled. His face is tired. But his eyes are different. Clearer. More present. Elena Vasquez is there. Sitting in the front row. Beside her is her lawyer. And her 3 children. 2 girls and a boy. Ages 8, 10, and 13. They watch Damien with wide eyes. Judge Caprio enters. Everyone stands. Please be seated. Damien approaches the bench. He holds papers. Handwritten. 5 pages. His hand shakes slightly. Judge Caprio nods. Mr. Roth, you requested this hearing. The floor is yours. Damien clears his throat. Looks at Elena. Ms. Vasquez. I wrote this like Judge Caprio asked, but I need to say something first. Something not in the letter. He takes a breath. I'm sorry. I know those words don't fix what I did. Don't erase the pain. Don't give you back the year you spent watching me profit from your work. But I need to say them. I'm sorry. His voice cracks. I didn't see you as a person. I saw you as someone beneath me. Someone who didn't matter. And I was wrong. So wrong. He unfolds the letter. Begins to read. His voice is steady. Humble. The letter details everything. The meeting where she pitched the idea. His decision to steal it. The texts he sent. The way he justified it. How he convinced himself it was okay. He reads about the past 8 weeks. Teaching coding classes to single mothers. Hearing their stories. Learning their struggles. Meeting a woman named Rosa who reminded him of Elena. Working 3 jobs. Dreaming of something better. I met her kids, Damien reads. They were proud of her. So proud. They talked about how their moms stayed up late to learn. How she never gave up. And I realized, I took that pride from your kids. I took the chance for them to see their moms succeed. To see her win. Tears roll down his cheeks. He doesn't wipe them away. I called my mom last week. Asked her about my dad. He's a venture capitalist. Made millions. I asked if he was always kind. She said no. She said he changed. Became harder. Meaner. She said I was becoming just like him. And she cried. He folds the letter. I can't undo what I did. But I can learn from it. I can be better. I'm teaching those classes. Really teaching. Not just showing up. I'm helping those women build their dreams. The way I should have helped you. Damien steps closer to Elena. You deserve a partner. A supporter. Someone who believed in you. Instead, you got me. Someone who betrayed you. I'm sorry. Elena looks at him. Her eyes search his face. Looking for lies. For manipulation. For the old Damien. She doesn't find him. This person is different. Broken. Humbled. Real. She stands. Walks toward him. Her children watch. The courtroom holds its breath. Thank you, she says quietly. For saying that. Damien nods. Can I ask? How are you? How's the company? Elena smiles. Small but genuine. I hired the developer who testified. The one who worked on Kid Connect. He's my CTO now. We're building a new version. Better. With features for non-English speakers. For families below the poverty line. For people who need it most. That's good. That's really good. I'm also starting a scholarship. For single mothers who want to learn coding. Using some of the settlement money. Damien's face shows something. Pride? Relief? That's perfect. That's what it should have been from the start. Judge Caprio watches them. His expression is thoughtful. Mr. Roth, how are the classes going? Damien turns. Good, Your Honor. Hard, but good. The women are smart. Dedicated. They ask questions I can't always answer. It keeps me humble. He almost smiles. I'm learning as much as they are. And the empathy workshop? It's intense. We talk about privilege. About power. About seeing people as whole humans. It's uncomfortable, but necessary. Judge Caprio nods. Good. Discomfort leads to growth. Ms. Vasquez, do you have anything you'd like to say? Elena looks at Damien. I don't forgive you yet. Maybe someday. But not yet. You hurt me. Hurt my family. Stole a year of my life. Damien nods. I understand. But I see that you're trying. That means something. Judge Caprio speaks. Mr. Roth, you have 18 months left of community service. 16 months of check-ins. I expect continued progress. Continued humility. The moment you slip back into your old ways, the moment you forget this lesson, I'll know. And there will be consequences. Yes, Your Honor. I won't forget. See that you don't. Judge Caprio picks up a file. There's one more thing. Ms. Vasquez has requested something. Mr. Roth, she wants to offer you a position. Damien's head snaps up. What? Elena speaks. Not a big position. Not CEO. Not even executive. Just a regular developer. Same salary you paid me. $62,000 a year. You'd work under my CTO. Report to him. Build what we tell you to build. Damien stares at her. Why? Because you're good at what you do. You're smart. And maybe working for someone else. Being the employee instead of the boss. Maybe that'll teach you something. The courtroom is silent. Damien's voice is barely a whisper. I don't deserve that. No, you don't. But I'm offering it anyway. When your community service is done. If you want it. He looks at the floor. At his hands. At Elena. Can I think about it? Take your time. Judge Caprio bangs his gavel. This hearing is concluded. Mr. Roth, continue your obligations. Ms. Vasquez, congratulations on your success. Court is adjourned. 6 months later. The Providence Community Center. Saturday morning. 9 a.m. Damien Roth stands in front of 12 women. They sit at computers. Notebooks open. Eyes focused. Today we're learning about databases, Damien says. His voice is different. Patient. Kind. They're like filing cabinets for information. You store data. Organize it. Retrieve it when you need it. A woman raises her hand. Like for customer information. Exactly. Names, addresses, orders. Everything. Another woman asks, is this what you use for that app? Kid Connect. Damien pauses. The question used to make him defensive. Angry. Not anymore. Yes. But I didn't create it. A woman named Elena Vasquez did. I stole it from her. That's why I'm here. The room goes quiet. I'm telling you this because it's important. When you create something, protect it. Document it. Timestamp it. Don't trust people just because they're successful. Don't assume they'll do the right thing. He pulls up screen. Shows them how to copyright code. How to file for intellectual property. How to protect themselves. One woman, Maria, speaks. You really stole it. I did. Why? Because I thought I could. Because I was arrogant. Because I didn't see her as a person. Just as someone in my way. Do you regret it? Damien looks at her. Every single day. Maria nods. Good. That means you're learning. By the end of the year, the story has spread. National news covers it. Legal blogs analyze the case. Business schools use it as a teaching example about ethics. Social media explodes with opinions. Some people defend Damien. Say the punishment was too harsh. That intellectual property law is complicated. That he was just doing business. But most people support the decision. Support Elena. Support Judge Caprio. They see it for what it is. Justice. Real justice. Not for the powerful. For the powerless. Kid Connect becomes one of the most successful childcare apps in the country. Elena hires 30 employees. Opens an office in Providence. Expands to 10 cities. She speaks at conferences. Tells her story. Inspires others. She never forgets where she came from. Never forgets the struggle. Every employee gets equity. Profit sharing. She builds the company she wished someone had built for her. Damien completes his community service. All 200 hours. Finishes his empathy training. Attends every check-in. Stays humble. Stays quiet. Rebuilds his life piece by piece. He accepts Elena's offer. Starts work as a junior developer at Kid Connect. Reports to the CTO he once hired. Earns $62,000 a year. A fraction of what he used to make. But he doesn't complain. He codes. He learns. He helps. Some of his old friends mock him. Call him weak. A sellout. He blocks them. Finds new friends. Better friends. His relationship with his father fractures. Then heals. Slowly. His dad visits him at work one day. Sees him at a computer. Typing code. Following orders. He doesn't say much. Just, I'm sorry I taught you the wrong things. Damien looks up. I'm sorry I listened. They hug. For first time in years. 2 years after the case. Judge Caprio's office. Late afternoon. He sits at his desk. Reading files. Preparing for tomorrow's cases. There's a knock at the door. Come in. Elena Vasquez enters. She's wearing professional clothes. A blazer. Slacks. Her hair is styled. She looks confident. Successful. Happy. Ms. Vasquez. What a pleasant surprise. I hope I'm not interrupting. Not at all. Please sit. She sits. Places a folder on his desk. I wanted to show you something. Judge Caprio opens it. Inside are photos. The Kid Connect app. Updated. Improved. Screenshots show features for immigrants. 4 non-English speakers. For families in poverty. Reviews from users. 5 stars. Thousands of them. This is wonderful. We just hit 5 million users. We're expanding to 20 more cities next year. And we're profitable. Really profitable. Judge Caprio smiles. I'm proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you. Without your ruling. I'd still be working at a grocery store. Dreaming. But never achieving. You did this. Not me. You had the courage to fight. The strength to win. Elena reaches into her bag. Pulls out an envelope. This is for you. A donation. To the court's Victim Assistance Fund. $1 million. Judge Caprio's eyes widen. Ms. Vasquez, that's. It's necessary. You help people like me every day. People who can't afford lawyers. Who can't fight back. This will help them. He takes the envelope. His hands are gentle. Reverent. Thank you. This will change lives. Good. That's what money should do. They sit in comfortable silence for a moment. Can I ask you something? Elena says. Why did you become a judge? Judge Caprio leans back. My father. He was cheated by a wealthy man. Couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't afford justice. I swore I'd never let that happen to anyone else. Not in my courtroom. You kept that promise. I try. Every day. Elena stands. Extends her hand. Thank you, Judge Caprio. For everything. He shakes it. Thank you, Ms. Vasquez. For reminding me why I do this. Providence Municipal Court. The system implements new policies. Based on Elena's case. A task force for intellectual property theft. Free legal consultations for low-income workers. Mandatory arbitration for employment disputes. A hotline for reporting workplace abuse. In the 6 months following the case, 17 similar complaints are filed. Employees who had ideas stolen. Work uncredited. Innovations claimed by bosses. Not all of them win. But they fight. Because they saw Elena fight. And win. Traffic in the courtroom increases. People come to watch Judge Caprio. To see justice in action. The gallery is full every day. The cases are live-streamed. Millions watch online. Some cases are small. Parking tickets. Minor infractions. But Judge Caprio treats everyone the same. With respect. With dignity. With fairness. Other judges take notice. Start implementing similar practices. Start asking harder questions. Start protecting the powerless. The legal community debates the case. Some say Judge Caprio overstepped. That $12 million is excessive. That transferring company ownership sets a dangerous precedent. Others argue it was perfect. That it sent a message. That the powerful can't just take what they want. Law schools add the case to their curriculum. Students study it. Debate it. Learn from it. Final scene. Judge Caprio's chambers. Late evening. The building is empty. Just him and his thoughts. He opens Elena's file. Reads through it one more time. The evidence. The testimony. The ruling. He pulls out a pen. Writes a note in the margin. Sometimes justice isn't about the law. It's about the people the law was meant to protect. He closes the file. Places it in the cabinet. Locks it. Tomorrow there will be more cases. More people needing help. More opportunities to make things right. He puts on his coat. Turns off the lights. Walks to his car. The night is cold. Clear. Stars shine above. He thinks about Elena. About Damien. About the lessons learned. The lives changed. He thinks about his father, the tailor who was cheated, who taught him about power and protection. He wishes his father could see this, could know that the lesson stuck, that it mattered. Judge Caprio drives home, to his family, to his life. But part of him stays in that courtroom, always, waiting for the next person who needs help, the next victim who needs a voice, the next chance to prove that justice isn't just for the rich. It's for everyone. This case teaches us something vital, something we need to remember. Wealth doesn't equal worth. Power doesn't mean right. And success built on someone else's pain is no success at all. Elena Vasquez could have given up, could have walked away, could have accepted that the system was rigged against her. But she didn't. She fought. And she won. Not just for herself. For everyone who's been stolen from, overlooked, dismissed. Damian Roth learned the hardest way possible. He lost everything. His company, his reputation, his freedom. But he gained something more important. Humanity. Understanding. The ability to see people as people. Not as resources. Not as obstacles. As equals. And Judge Frank Caprio? He did what he's been doing for 40 years. He protected the powerless. He stood up for those who couldn't stand up for themselves. He reminded us that courts aren't just buildings. They're promises. Promises that everyone deserves justice. Everyone deserves dignity. Everyone deserves a chance. Money can buy many things. Expensive clothes. Fast cars. Big houses. But it cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot purchase respect. And in Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, it definitely cannot buy justice. Remember Elena's story. Remember Damian's fall. Remember the lesson. When you have power, use it to lift others up, not to push them down. When you have success, share it. When you have knowledge, teach it. When you have privilege, acknowledge it. Because at the end of the day, we're all just people, trying to survive, trying to succeed, trying to matter. And the measure of our worth isn't what we take. It's what we give. That's justice. Real justice. The kind that changes lives. The kind that changes the world.